Good morning and welcome to the 8:15 daily operations weather brief. This morning we do have some broken conditions overspreading the area and quickly beginning to clear out as we move into our afternoon hours, and that is going to allow those daytime temperatures to begin their climb into the upper 80s for this afternoon, creating what can be deemed as, unfortunately, another muggy day here on the shore, as we do have a moist air mass continuing to sit overhead, and that will lead to some warmer feels-like temperatures. However, with that being said, moving through the day, we do anticipate a progressively increasing breeze in which we can see gusts in the upper teens, and that could be expected to work in our favor to bring down those elevated feels-like temperatures. Now, as far as our rain chances go for today, we should remain predominantly dry. However, the chance of a pop-up shower or thunderstorm does exist, given the humid air mass and the impending sea breeze development that can be anticipated later this afternoon. Now, taking a look at our most recent surface analysis chart, high pressure remains over our region and is providing a generally suppressive influence as far as today's precipitation chances go. However, with that being said, afternoon cloud cover, as it continues to decrease, should allow for periods of sufficient daytime heating, and that will work to increase overall instability, in which we may see those showers begin to develop, especially, as mentioned before, as that sea breeze gets fully underway and those showers have something to initiate along. And additionally, due to the fact that there is a moist air mass overhead and we are experiencing these muggy conditions, we can anticipate, or the fact that it just could be anticipated, a heavy rain shower may occur, given that there's so much moisture in our local area right now. Now, off to the west, we do see a weak cold front, and that extends from the Great Lakes to the Mississippi River Valley and is on the approach and expected to arrive by Thursday. And then Thursday, it will settle over our area by afternoon and evening, and that will be our next chance for the potential for some scattered storms to develop. Now, for our current weather conditions, we do have a broken cloud deck at 1,200 feet and about 6 statute miles of visibility. Our winds are out of the southwest at about 4 knots, so remaining light, and our temperatures are at 76 degrees with a relative humidity at 97, displaying those muggy conditions. Bringing up our satellite imagery this morning. This time it also has some radar imagery overlaid. Those light blues that we see pop up here, that is the low-level cloud cover that is overhead, broken at 1,200 feet. And then we see some upper-level cirrus clouds approaching off from the west, and those will move in by midday today, although it should be light in overall coverage. And we can also see some showers moving through central Virginia right now, and the Carolinas, as they have for the past couple days, have been experiencing a good bout of rain and thunderstorms. But at the moment, we are remaining dry, and the only thing to make note of is the low-level cloud cover. Now, pulling up the most recent model run of this morning. This is actually a model that we typically don't show for this, but it is also a 1 kilometer high resolution model. And if we wait for the loop to come back around here right about now, so as we move through our day today, we see that scattered convection popping up, as is typical with this time of the year, and then at the tail end, as we just saw pass out, some convection begins to get underway, come the early morning hours of tomorrow and possibly even in the overnight hours of tonight. And that leads us to our 24-hour risk chart today. This morning we have broken conditions and expected to be in a progressively clearing state. However, once we get past the noon threshold, we can expect our rain chances to ever so slightly increase, and our chance of a scattered storm moving through goes up. And then we see those scattered conditions through the later hours of the afternoon and into the evening, and we'll see scattered conditions into the early morning of tomorrow. However, we will also have the elevated chance of a shower or thunderstorm, although not incredibly high. As for our temperatures for today, we are in the upper 70s already and anticipated to climb into the upper 80s with a low around 74 come tomorrow morning. And for our winds, they are anticipated to be largely out of the southwest for most of the day today, and begin gusting into the mid to upper teens before settling back out tomorrow morning. And for our short-term risk chart here, on Thursday we can anticipate partly to mostly cloudy conditions with a slight chance of a shower or thunderstorm and a high of 87 with color on the board for both precip and lightning. And the same goes for Thursday night. Partly to mostly cloudy, slight chance of a shower, thunderstorm, and a low of 74. And for Friday, we can anticipate mostly sunny conditions and a high of 83 with very slight chances of a shower moving through the area. And that is going to conclude the 8:15 daily weather operations brief. I'll be back at 10 o'clock with the 7-day outlook.